Okay, so today we're going to continue working on the flowers. So I have here Cadmium Red Light, Burnt Sienna, Raw Umber, and Titanium Buff. We'll work on this one here, this flower. Let's mix the Cadmium Red Light, Burnt Sienna, Cadmium Red Light is very strong. So you put a tiny bit and it makes a big difference. And let's take Titanium Buff. It's a really very nice kind of salmon or peachy color. And we can highlight it as much as we want. Now, for the first layer, I'm taking a little bit of the raw umber and putting it in part of the grouping or the batch of color here that I have. Just kind of to tone down and make it darker so we can highlight it. And I'm going to clean my brush. It looks a bit brown with the, of course, with the raw umber, but it's still nice when we put it in. Put it on the flower. So this one in the back is a big one. And then we will highlight part of it. Okay. Perfect. Good. We can take some burnt umber, more burnt umber, and a little bit of this red. Put it in the, not burnt umber, I'm sorry, raw umber. And just do the inside, the center. I mean the center of the flower. All right. I wonder if we can use raw umber and red and titanium buff, we'll get a nice pink as well. Really nice pink. Kind of muted pink. And that will be good for this one. Let's take a little bit more of the, I like to start with a kind of a darker muted raw, with more raw umber, and then highlight. Yeah, that's better. That's more muted. Then we can highlight over this. That's a nice colors too. Add a little bit more of the raw umber in this, and then do the inside right here, darker. And then this part, which is going to be lighter eventually, this part here. We'll start with a lighter color, just to make it look like it's turning. The petal is turning, and then we will darken a little bit more this part when we get closer to the hair. Good. While this is drying, I'll go back to this one here. I think we can do that. And highlight. All right, let's take again, same combination, which I have here already. And I'm going to take titanium buff, more of the titanium buff. The one in the back, the petals in the back, I don't want them to be too strong, too light. I just want to keep them darker, a little bit darker, so they do look like they're in the back. Let's try to keep also kind of the bottom of this petal darker. So and highlight more the top, so they look like they're tucked in instead of kind of floating. All right, let it dry. We'll come back to it. Meanwhile, we can highlight a little bit the one on the side. Okay. It will dry darker. Okay, I need to let this keep it, let it dry. Meanwhile, while this is drying, this part, I'm gonna pause for a minute and then we'll come back. All right, so now this flower here, I'm using Naples yellow and burnt umber. For the first layer, I'm going kind of dark, burnt umber and Naples yellow. And then I will highlight. I still have to go back to this one, but I'm waiting for it to dry. It's not dry yet.
The one you just finished, does it look coral on your painting?
I'm sorry, what does it look, what's the question?
Does it look like a coral color, like a salmon color?
This one here?
Yes.
Yes, kind of, yeah. Yeah, it does. Yours doesn't?
No, it's just from the picture, it looks, I'm not sure what color it is.
Yeah, it is salmon. It looks kind of coral color. Maybe because of the lighting. Maybe this way is better. And then just highlight it a bit after. Some colors, some paint, you can easily highlight right away, and some paint you can't. You just have to wait for it to dry, otherwise it will lift. Most of the time, it's the colors that have red in them. You have to wait before you start highlighting or painting over them, because red pigment takes time to dry. I mean, even if I'm highlighting, but I'm still using some burnt umber in this highlight. Let's take a tiny bit of red and put it in here with burnt umber and red. Just put the center. Now, I'm going to go back to this one here with a round brush. And highlight it in a different way. Maybe just kind of get lines in there instead of solid. I highlight a little bit this one here. It's dark. I'm just putting a bit of kind of a loose flowers kind of style, because everything is so tight. And once I start putting some green, I will connect them a bit, these loose dots, with maybe some green. Yeah, that's better. It just kind of, it was a bit too much, you know, not loose enough. Now I'm taking titanium buff and I'm putting this titanium buff in the Naples yellow and giving this flower a bit of movement again. I'm going to try with a bit of cobalt blue to see if I can get kind of a bluish greenish color for the leaves. Don't want to make them too green. I think that's a good color. Let's take a bit of raw umber, put it in, and take again some Naples yellow. Kind of an earthy, muted green. Or even actually some red. Some red will look really good to tone it down. Let's see. Yeah, and then I can highlight with some cobalt blue and Naples yellow. This is turning a tiny bit too light for first layer, so I'm adding more of the blue. I like this bluish green. Good. Okay. I still have the green, cobalt blue, and Naples yellow with a tiny bit of the raw umber, and I'm just going to try to highlight part of this. Don't want to highlight too much. Right, that's good. I'm going to pause for a minute. All right, so I have black, ivory black right here. And I'm just going to work on this part of the butterfly I have in the corner. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put a hint of a butterfly in there, and let's take some yellow, cadmium yellow medium. Let's put a bit of red in it, more like a orangey color. And of course, a little bit of the raw umber, just to tone it down so it doesn't come forward too much. It's sitting in the back and it's a hint. Let's put a bit of orange as well, a little bit of red. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Enough. We don't need much, just a bit, a hint. Okay. All right. Thinking maybe a nice yellow, orangey yellow for this flower here. Very nice orange that I would like to see for the first layer. Of course, a darker orange. So I'm adding raw umber. And I'm going to build layers, and then I will highlight.
What camera is this, Rhea?
Cadmium red light and cadmium yellow medium and raw umber. So I'm just gonna first layer of orange, muted orange. I'm going to go a little bit darker for the center. Kind of darken here in the center. And when I darken, I'm using just raw umber. All right, now I can take more of the yellow and red and mix them together. And start highlighting. This still has tiny bit of the raw umber, so it's not just orange, pure orange. It looks pure orange on the screen, but it does have still raw umber in it. And let's do this part. Okay. All right, something like a flower. This one has to wait for next week. And we'll do the earrings and maybe a some kind of something here, either a scarf or collar or something. All right.
Very nice.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wait
It
for
looks
next week.
ecstatic.
Oh, thank you. All right, I'm gonna pause. All right, so we're done for this week, but we do have some adjustments to do for next week. Mainly these two flowers here, they're a bit big and they need to be adjusted a bit.